Cynthia's eyes darted around the room, landing on a small pot bubbling in the corner. "I didn't know it would hurt them like this," she whispered. "I just wanted to be successful." In the busy city of Lagos, there was a small hair salon named Cynthia's Glamour. It was owned by a young and pretty hairdresser named Cynthia. Everyone in the neighborhood loved getting their hair braided by Cynthia because she was very good at it. But there was something secret about Cynthia that no one knew. Cynthia had a very old comb that she kept hidden in a drawer. This comb was not an ordinary one. It was special, but in a scary way. Cynthia's grandmother had given it to her and told her about its power. The comb could make anyone love Cynthia's braiding so much that they would always come back and tell their friends about her salon. However, this power came with a price. The comb would take away a little bit of the person's energy every time it was used. Cynthia knew this, but she wanted to be successful so badly that she decided to use it anyway. One day, a lady named Ada came to Cynthia's salon. Ada was new in the neighborhood and had heard good things about Cynthia. She was a busy businesswoman and needed her hair braided quickly but beautifully. Cynthia welcomed her with a smile and led her to a chair. As Cynthia was about to start braiding Ada's hair, she hesitated. Her hand hovered over the drawer where the special comb was kept, but the temptation was too strong. Cynthia opened the drawer, took out the comb and began to braid. As Cynthia walked the comb through Ada's hair, she felt his power. Ada, who had been tired and stressed, started to relax. A big smile spread across her face as Cynthia's hands skillfully braided her hair. Ada loved her new hairstyle so much that she promised to tell all her friends about Cynthia's salon and left with a happy smile. But as soon as Ada left, Cynthia felt a pang of guilt. She knew that the comb had taken something from Ada, something she could never get back. Cynthia tried to forget about it, telling herself that in a big city like Lagos, success was hard to achieve, and she had to do what it took to stay on top. As days passed, Cynthia's salon became more popular than ever. Word spread quickly about the amazing hairdresser who could braid hair so perfectly that everyone wanted to try it. More and more customers came to her salon, eager to see what made Cynthia's braids so special. Cynthia enjoyed the attention and success, but deep down, she couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. Every time Cynthia used the special comb, she noticed a change in her customers. They would leave the salon looking happy and feeling great. But after a few days, they would return looking tired and worn out. Some even complained about having bad dreams or feeling uneasy. Cynthia told them it was just stress or lack of sleep, but she knew the truth. The comb was taking away their energy and it was beginning to show. One evening, after closing her salon, Cynthia's old friend Chinedu came to visit. Chinedu had grown up in the same neighborhood as Cynthia and had always admired how hardworking she was. He had recently came back to Lagos after living abroad and was excited to see her again. They talked and laughed, remembering old times. But Chinedu noticed that something was different about Cynthia. "You've really made a name for yourself, Cynthia," Chinedu said, looking around the salon. "But something seems off. Are you okay?" Cynthia forced a smile and nodded. "I'm fine, Chinedu. Just a little tired from all the work, that's all." Chinedu looked closely at Cynthia. He noticed the dark circles under her eyes and the slight trembling in her hands. "Are you sure? You can tell me anything." Cynthia thought about telling Chinedu the truth. She wanted to confess, to let go of the guilt that was growing inside her, but she couldn't do it. Instead, she asked Chinedu about his time abroad. They talked late into the night, but the worry in Cynthia's heart only grew stronger. As Chinedu left the salon, he looked back at Cynthia one last time. He couldn't shake the feeling that something dark was hidden beneath her success. Little did he know that his feeling was right and that Cynthia's secret was about to come out in a way neither of them could have imagined. Weeks went by and Cynthia's salon became even more successful. More customers came in every day, but the strange things continued to happen. Our clients would leave the salon happy, only to return a few days later looking pale and tired. Some even said they saw shadows following them or heard whispers at night. Cynthia tried to ignore it, focusing on the money and fame that the special comb brought her. But the weight of her secret was becoming too much to handle. One day, a cheerful young woman named Nkechi came to the salon. She was full of energy and excitement and had heard about Cynthia from a friend. She couldn't wait to get her hair braided. As usual, Cynthia reached for the special comb, but something felt different this time. As she began to braid Nkechi's hair, the comb's power seemed stronger than ever. Nkechi's lively energy seemed to flow into the comb, and Cynthia could feel it taking more than it ever had before. Nkechi's smile slowly faded as Cynthia braided her hair. Her bright eyes grew dull, and her shoulders slumped. By the time Cynthia was done, Nkechi looked like a shadow of her former self. She stared at her reflection in the mirror, confused and feeling weak. "I don't feel well," she whispered. Cynthia's heart started to race. She knew she had gone too far this time. Nkechi stumbled out of the salon, leaving Cynthia standing there, scared and worried. For the first time, Cynthia truly understood what she had done. The comb was no longer just a tool for success, it was hurting people. Desperate to make things right, Cynthia decided to visit her grandmother, who had given her the comb. She had stayed away from the woman for years, afraid of what she might say, but now she had no choice. Cynthia needed to know if there was a way to fix the harm she had caused. The thought of facing the old woman scared her, but she knew it was the only way to save her customers and herself. The journey to the old woman's house was long. She lived far away from the city, in a quiet and lonely place. As Cynthia was going to her grandmother's house, she felt a cold shiver run through her spine. The air was still, and the trees around seemed to close in on her. She knocked on the door, her heart pounding with fear. The old woman opened the door, her eyes shining with a knowing look. "I've been expecting you, Cynthia. she said in a low, scratchy voice. "You've come to ask about the comb, haven't you?" Cynthia stood at the door, her eyes wide with fear. The old woman's house was dark and filled with strange smells. "Yes," Cynthia replied, her voice shaking. "The comb is taking too much. I didn't know it would be like this. Is there any way to stop it?" The old woman stepped aside, letting Cynthia into her dimly lit home. The air inside smelled like burning herbs and something else, something old and powerful. "There's always a price for power, child," the old woman said as she moved toward a shelf filled with jars and strange things. "Did you think you could take from others without paying for it?" Cynthia's eyes darted around the room, landing on a small pot bubbling in the corner. "I didn't know it would hurt them like this," she whispered. "I just wanted to be successful. I didn't mean to harm anyone." The old woman turned to look at Cynthia, her face serious. "The comb was made to take life, to draw out the energy it needs for its magic. But you've used it too much, and now it wants more. If you keep using it, it will not only take from your customers but from you as well." Cynthia's heart sank. She had feared this might be true, but hearing it confirmed was like a punch to her chest. "What can I do?" she asked desperately. "How can I stop it?" The old woman stared at her for a long moment before speaking. "There is a way to reverse the damage, but it comes with a big cost. You must destroy the comb, but in doing so, you will lose everything it has given you. Your success, your fame, it will all be gone." Cynthia felt the weight of the old woman's words. She had worked so hard to build her business, to become the best hairdresser in Lagos. The thought of losing it all was almost too much to handle. But then she thought of Nkechi, of how weak and tired she looked after leaving the salon. Cynthia knew what she had to do. The thought of hurting more people like Nkechi was unbearable. She took a deep breath and looked at the old woman. "I do it," she said firmly. "I will destroy the comb." The old woman nodded and handed Cynthia a small hammer. "You must break it here and now," she said. "The comb's power is strong, but if you destroy it, its hold on you will be gone." Cynthia raised the hammer, her heart pounding. She thought about all the good things the comb had brought her: money, fame, and success. But then she remembered the tired faces of her customers, like Nkechi, who had left the salon weak and sad. She knew what she had to do. With a deep breath, Cynthia brought the hammer down hard on a comb. It shattered into tiny pieces, and in that moment, she felt the comb's power leave her. The room seemed to brighten, and the heavy weight on her chest lifted. The old woman smiled softly. "It's done," she said. "You did the right thing." But as Cynthia left the old woman's house and went back to Lagos, she started to notice changes. Her salon, once filled with happy customers, now stood empty. People stopped coming, and soon her fame and money were gone. Cynthia felt sad and lonely, but she knew this was her punishment for using the comb's dark power. Days turned into weeks, and Cynthia had to close her salon. She realized that what she had done was wrong, and she regretted ever using the comb. Cynthia wished she could take back the harm she caused, but she knew she had to live with the consequences. Cynthia learned an important lesson. True success comes from hard work and kindness, not from taking from others. Though she lost everything, she found peace in knowing she had made the right choice in the end. And from that day on, she promised to help others without using shortcuts. or hurting anyone ever again. Thank you for watching. Kindly subscribe to this channel and don't forget to turn on the notification bell to get more interesting stories. Also like and share to your loved ones. Thank you.